everyone, and welcome back to Sinfonian series. I am your host, Randomize, and with me I now have Fox McCumulus. How you doing, Fox?
Doing great now that I'm out of class. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm very tired because I've commentated through 2 games and I got 1 more to go. And I know you missed the first game, but the OTC game, I probably commentated the fastest I've commentated in a while. I wonder if there's like a speed run of commentary.
I caught some glimpses of it. I didn't have any sound, obviously, because I was in class, but it looked pretty intense from what I saw.
Yeah, so we were going to get into this quickly because it is midnight and a lot of us are tired, at least on the East Coast. So looking at these stats really fast, Ossian's Rage sitting in 2nd place right now, and after OTC's win, they are sitting right behind Ossian's Rage, crossing fingers that they're going to lose, while Team 10 is on a 4 losing streak, and they are looking to get a 4 winning streak for the next 5 weeks, because they have 1 bye week. But when we look at stats, Team 10 is actually looking almost better than Ossian's Rage here and there. So I don't know, Fox. Talk to me. What do you think?
Honestly, I think you got that a little backwards. I mean, really the only place where Team 10 excels is shots per game. But even then, if I'm looking at like the individual stats, the shot accuracy in Ossian's Rage is a million times better. I mean, between like Hitman Rev and Guy Ledouche, I know it's Guy.
Guy Ledouche, you're correct. Yep.
All right, I got that right. Just like individual stats are better, like overall stats are better. Schooler might not have like the best touches at some points. Like he might like go for an aerial and just like send it straight to the ground. But it's also unpredictable to the point where it makes for a really good pass as long as his team can read it. And like Team 10, they play really well together, but I don't think they play fast enough for the level of Rocket League that we have. And so I think it's going to be a tough match for them. I think they definitely need to speed it up if they want to get that 4 winning streak that they're talking about.
You know, for me, I'm actually very interested to see how this is going to play, because one of the things about Schooler is that the consistency of his speed is not there. There are some games where he just becomes extremely aggressive, and I love watching it. And then there's some games where he sits back, and it's just like, what happened, man? You just had all that speed. And maybe it's like a thing like he feels warmed up one day, and he's not feeling warmed up. So I'm not 100% sure. But I know his speed kind of hurt him on the game that they did lose. So that should be quite interesting. Maybe he'll be playing slow enough that Team 10 can take advantage of it. But we can't count him out because we also got, I believe, Doopy on the team. I don't have the roster up in front of me. And for some reason, the Group B roster is always hard for me to remember.
It's Doopy, Miswan, and Trombone.
Doopy, Miswan, and Trombone, yeah. So this should be a pretty... I personally think this is going to be a tight match. Like I said from the first time, I thought it was going to be a tight match. It was pretty tight. I'm expecting it to be again. So predictions-wise, I'm gonna slide in with Team 10. I personally want to say Team 10 is going to win.
All right. I still got to go with Ossian's Rage. I think just like the numbers are on their side here.
Speaking of numbers on their side, when the chat decided to vote, it is looking like Ossian's Rage with a 71.4% of the votes.
Yeah.
So even the chat's like, yeah, no, I think it's going to be that team. So very interesting to see. I'm going to just quickly message them to find out if they're ready, because I noticed Swan's mic is actually muted. So I'm not 100% sure if he's ready.
All right. I think it's going to be interesting. I think what needs to happen, now it's going to be a little bit pointed, and I apologize to Miswan if this comes across as like wrong, but there was a time, I can't remember if it was first season, or if it was a game against S2. I remember Nate being there as well. But there was a time when Swan just totally popped off. He got super aggressive. He started hitting the ball like he had never really done before, and he started playing super fast pace, and it was awesome. He was just going insane. He was being nutty. And I think if he can like fine tune and like figure out where that kind of came from and do it again, I think Team 10 has a really good chance. Because looking at the stats, I mean, Swan has 3 goals in 11 games out of 19 shots. I mean, he's got the most assists out of the rest of his team, but it's only 7. And I think that if he can play with the same aggression as that one time, which I really wish I could remember when exactly it was, I think that Team 10 has a really good chance to play. And I think it's going to kind of rely on Miswan there.
All right. Well, with that being said, we are looking to start this game up. It is the last game of the night, but it is the first week of rematches. So I'm very excited to see how this game is going to go. Personally, like I said, I'm a Team 10 fan. I know they're struggling at the bottom, but I'm a Team 10 fan because I know what it's like to struggle at the bottom. Especially because that was my team like all season long last season. But everyone is ready, locked up, and good to go. So here we go. Ossian's Rage versus Team 10, Game 1. School are going to take possession of this ball first, but then quickly taken away from Miswan Jr. And I gotta give it to Swan. He was the one commentating with me for 2 of the 3 games tonight, so he may not be fully warmed up. Oh, Hitman Rev had an open net. 2 players on Team 10 were a little confused there and did not go in. All centered up now. Someone on Team 10 needs to come up and take the shot. Swan went to take the shot. Hitman Rev was able to block him just in time and also got demoed at the same time. Doopy going to steal the boost. Ooh, Swan just whiffing the ball. Schooler coming up. Trombone able to control this ball around him. Giladouche getting in the way. The ball's all centered up. He needs to get it out of there. Trombone was not able to clear. I mean, not Trombone. Hitman Rev able to clear that one, and Trombone puts the first point in for Team 10.
Yeah, it was a bit of an unfortunate touch there by Guy. I don't think that, what was that, Hitman Rev? Yeah, I don't think he was quite ready for that touch. I don't think he had enough boost to get up there. I don't think he was ready to get up in the air soon enough. It was just kind of an unfortunate first play for Ossian's Rage.
So we are just about a minute into this game. Team 10 is holding the lead 1-0. OR looking to try to get this ball away from their side, but Team 10 is putting a lot of pressure on the middle side. Miswan Jr. cutting off the push again. We were still sitting in the same side. Oh, he's centering up. Giladouche was able to beat Doopy before he was able to put that shot in. Swan went to hit the ball, whiffing it, but does a nice job to follow up that, confusing 2 OR players. Giladouche having no boost. Trying to push this one up, acting like he does have boost, but Doopy was able to push the ball out. Hitman Rev cutting off Doopy from pushing out. Schooler looking to center this up, putting it off the backboard really slowly. Nice center. Giladouche went to take the shot, and a slow shot put it in, tying the game up. 3 minutes, 24 seconds left in the game.
All right, Guy making up for that unfortunate touch from before by saying, hey, you know what? This is going in right here. We're back at 0-0, essentially.
Schooler doing a great pass there, and Guy just correcting himself last second. So we're all tied up here. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in the game, in game 1. Doopy doing a little dance on the wall there. So Trombone's going to clear this ball out. Hitman Rev is the only one back while Schooler's starting to get back. Ooh, Trombone keeping pressure on it. Schooler doing a nice job getting up there, but Swan was able to read him to continue keeping the ball on the OR side. Doopy backing up. I guess he doesn't know how to half flip, but does a nice job catching the ball from the corner. Giladouche putting a lot of pressure on him right now. This ball's kind of sitting in the corner right now. Doopy's looking to try to get this one out before Hitman Rev blocks it, but Hitman Rev was able to block it. Centering the ball up for Schooler. Schooler putting it on the backboard. Schooler following up his own pass and putting the ball in, giving them a 1 point lead, 2-1 on the board.
Yeah, that was a really great play by Schooler. You know, normally his aerials aren't that clean. That was very well done.
You'd be surprised.
And I've just been ranting on Schooler. I apologize.
No, it's all good. You'd be surprised. Schooler's been doing a lot better. It's just like I said, it's the inconsistent pressure that he tends to put on. But right now, he is putting a good balance of pressure and defense. Schooler's looking to probably pop off in this game and make sure OR takes the lead for a good amount of this game. Swan looking to control this. He was looking for a teammate to take the ball from him, but no one came up. They were a little scared to come out of the net. Schooler looking to take the shot, was not able to contact the ball properly, took the ball in the net. So we're going to be pushing over to the OR side. Hitman Rev! Oh! Went to put the shot in, but Psionic said no. So the ball is back centered up. Giladouche doing a nice job.
Oh.
Good pass from Schooler off the wall. Giladouche following that up, putting another point in, giving a 2-point lead for Ossian's Rage.
Okay, so here's what I'm noticing so far. And I think it's something that Team 10 has been doing for a while now, and I think I'm just like pinpointing it at this point. They don't often hit the ball with very much purpose. A lot of times they only hit the ball so that they can advance ground towards the other half. I don't think that they actually think about the play that they're trying to make or think about where their teammates are or where their teammates are going to be. And I think that's what really needs to change, because you can see Hitman Rev taking that nice little pass from his other teammate, sending it right back down to the middle, waiting for, I think that's Schooler, although seems to be trying to control that. But with Team 10, I just see a lot of hits that are towards the other team's end, but they're not towards any sort of purpose.
Ooh, Hitman Rev able to do a good job pushing the ball over, but lost control of his car. Wasn't being able to put the ball into the net. The other thing that I'm noticing about Team 10 is it looks like the communication's a little off from them. They're all saying, go get it, but no one is actually committing to it. Doopy went to follow this ball up. Trombone and Swan. You know, I gave it to Swan. He commentated through 2 games, and it looks like it's taking a little bit of toll on him because he's not fully warmed up. Ooh, never mind. Doopy's even whiffing it. There's a lot of whiffing on the Team 10 side. That's not something we want to see. 45 seconds left in regulation time. Ossian Raid still in the lead, 3-1. Doopy could have controlled that ball, but just hit it hard. Using the back wall, centering this up. No one on Team 10 was up for that shot, but nice job by Trombone, recognizing the triple commit and putting the ball in, putting the score to 3-2.
Yeah, there was definitely a misplay on OR there. Schooler knocking out the defender from getting an effective clear, sending it right to Trombone for a decent shot.
32 seconds left on the board. Team 10 is only down by 1 point. If they can score 1 more point, we can look for a tied game and giving enough time for Team 10 to recollect themselves here in game 1. Doopy trying to push this ball around Schooler. Schooler doing a nice job being a nuisance. The ball's going off the backboard. Giladouche with the follow it up. Miswan putting it straight up to the ceiling. Doopy looking to center this up to himself. Giladouche getting in the way. Trombone ready to pass one more.
It is up in the air in front of the goal.
Oh, the ball is still up. Trombone. Oh, Doopy went to take the shot, but the ball just dropped. Ossian's Rage takes the game 3-2 here in game 1.
You know, I don't think anybody in this lobby was breathing for that solid 15 seconds that the ball was in the air in front of Ossian's Rage goal.
I wasn't. Mind you, I want to point out something right now about this team. Team 10 they're doing okay. Yes, there's whiffs. Yes, they're struggling a little bit, but they're still doing okay. Look at the shots by Trombone. Trombone, 5 shots. But here's something Trombone missed that could have been a great, valuable move and give Team 10 the tie point. Trombone passed the ball to the center. 1 defender was in the goal, and it was Schooler. And like I said, Schooler is not consistent of being aggressive. He sat in the net. If Trombone thought as a team player instead of a star, he would have realized to take out Schooler, push him, bump him, blow him up, whatever it had to take, and there would have been a point, and that would have tied it up.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard call to make, and especially like when you're a rank lower than I'd say High Diamond, it gets difficult to, especially in that 1 second moment where you need to tie the game, it gets very, very difficult to look out to where other teammates are rather than just the ball and the net. And so like I can't really fault him that much for like trying to take that shot, because it did turn into like a decent pass. Doopy was right there. He just couldn't get to the ball fast enough. And so it's a tough call to make.
Hopefully he watches the replay so he knows to make that call next time. But either way, we are now in game 2. Ossian's Rage leading the series 1-0. They just need to win 1 more point, get a 2-0 shutout on Team 10, and continue their losing streak. Miswan Jr. doing a nice job pushing the ball over into the other corner, making it harder for OR to set up for a point. Doopy following this up, doing a nice shot, putting the first point on the board. Trombone doing a good pass, and Doopy following that up.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was exactly what he meant to do, but that was an excellent pass to center, and Doopy just accurate, like a nice little bullet right into the goal that OR was not ready for.
Honestly, all that Team 10 needs to do is if they're going to make a big boom like that, someone just needs to follow up and beat the OR team before they can touch it if they're looking to continue playing like that, which works. It does work. So we are now about 55 seconds into the game. I had to delay for the clock to get there. We're now a minute into the game. Team 10 holding the lead 1-0, and we are back on the OR side. Nice center pass to Trombone. Trombone could not push that into the net. Tried to read it from the corner. Doopy cutting off Hitman Rev, but took a hit for it instead. Guy Ledouche taking a book out of the randomize pages by going for Bumson, and Swan getting a very difficult shot angled and putting the ball in, giving them a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, that was a really great shot by Swan. Really good, good at reading the play, reading that there's no one in net, and also like taking the possession away from Schooler right there. Schooler didn't get the best touch on there, just kind of sending it right across, and Swan definitely, as the commentators say, capitalized. Doopy almost getting a double touch on that. That was a little scary for a while.
Trying to get a double touch there, but just missed it. Schooler, we're going to slow the ball down, but he left it in the center, putting Hitman in a very rough position. And Doopy followed that up, giving them a 3-0 lead. This is the Team 10 I was expecting.
Yeah, absolutely. The aggression is definitely there. The for lack of a better word, the abuse, like taking advantage of the other team's mistakes. It's a great way to play it sometimes. And I definitely think that's where Team 10 excels. I don't think OR made a ton of mistakes last game. That's why they couldn't take much of a lead. But I think all these goals now have been because of mistakes on OR's defensive hits and rotations.
And like you said, a lot of the players on the Team 10 side, which seems to reverse over to Ossian's rage this game, it's just not hitting the ball with a meaning. It's just kind of hitting the ball. And Schooler could have trusted Hitman Rev on that last play, but instead just hit the ball and left it right in the center and putting all of his team in an awkward position.
Yeah, I definitely think so. And so, with that being said, I think that OR controls these games. They just need to like make that realization and control, and not just let Team 10 walk all over them.
Ooh, speaking of walking all over, we are now passing the halfway point as Team 10 still holding the lead 3-0. A lot of pressure on the backboard right now. Each player of Team 10 keeps contacting the ball and putting it on the back wall, but they're not setting up a great pass. Schooler centering this ball up. Hitman Rev tried to follow it up, put a shot in, but was not able to. Doopy putting it in the corner, trying to follow this one up. Wow, what an accidental play left and right to put a point in for Ossian's rage.
Yeah, we get a touch from Doopy that wasn't awful. It wasn't a really bad touch because it didn't center for a long time. It's just no one on Team 10 was able to follow up and continue that pressure away from their net.
Schooler
and that
also
just gave
slowed
a
it
wide
down.
opening for OR.
Schooler was able to put a lot of pressure on him that also slowed him down and let the ball drop instead of launch over to the other side. So that gave Ossian Rage their first point on the board for this game. Doopy went to follow that one up, but it hit the crossbar, so the ball went down. Ooh, Trumpo went to take the shot, but Guy Ledouche was able to get that one out. Swan was trying to send that back up, but wasn't able to. Hitman Rev trying to push this one over to the Team 10 territory. Trombone doing a nice job following up and getting this ball out to the side. Off the backboard, Hitman Rev said, "Out of my land," blowing him up. Whoa!
Whoa!
Little pass plays
The
back
team
and forth
plays.
there. Oh, speaking of team plays!
again.
Wow! What a play! Look at this, Doopy giving a team play for Hitman Rev and Guy Ledouche. Schooler passing it over to Guy Ledouche, and Guy Ledouche doing a nice redirect, putting the ball in, giving them another point on the board, down by 1 point, but Team 10 holds the lead 3-2.
Wow, that was interesting. I feel like there should be a name for that.
The Globetrotter.
The weird little dual dribble, just kind of pinching in between and keeping it down into the actually amazing pass.
Schooler tried to flick that ball over Swan, but it was off target, and Doopy continued to keep it off target. Doopy now pushing this ball over Hitman Rev, doing a nice job. blocking that one. Doopy trying to center this up for a teammate. Neither teammate was prepared for that. Doopy just touching the ball again. We are down to the last minute. Team 10 still holding the lead. Trombone there again with the nice pressure, putting it on the back wall, looking for a teammate, but no one was up for it. So Guy Ledouche is going to follow this one up. Swan blocking Doopy. Had to be careful on that rotation. Ooh, Hitman Rev flipping way too early there. So Schooler is now going to have to figure out something to get this out. Hitman Rev doing a nice job getting rid of Doopy. Schooler whiffing the ball, throwing Trombone off. So Hitman Rev is going to follow this one. The direct mode also was thrown off and had no idea what to do there. Last 30 seconds of the game. Team 10 still holding the lead. Ball is up against ours. Back! Oh my god, so much confusion there! And the ball goes in. Trombone puts that ball in. Give me the 2-point lead with 17 seconds left in the game. Triple commit. Right there.
Oh, yikes.
Definition from the dictionary. You see a picture, and that's what it looks like.
When the ball's above the net like that, it's hard not to go for it. It's hard to trust your teammates to manage to clear it. And you get a lot of double and triple commits. Except, like, it works as long as somebody hits it. Like, somebody gets an effective touch, and there was no touch.
Well, we are coming down to the last 5 seconds. It is looking secured that Team 10 is going to see another game and take game 2. Nicely done by them.
Absolutely. I think I touched on this before, but I think the consistent team here is Team 10. If you make a mistake, they will take advantage of it and they will score on you. That is how Team 10 rolls. I mean, like, look at them as the difference. It's like night and day from last game. You know, last game, Miswan Jr. had 45 points. He had goose eggs all across the board. And now we're seeing some numbers point out. We're seeing Doopy with a lot of good shots. 2 goals, Trombone with 1 goal. Trombone not having to chase as much. Before he had 0 assists, 0 saves, 5 shots, but only 2 goals. And I think the difference was Ossian's Rage. I think they played very different this round than the last one. I think they played a lot more sloppy, a lot more careless. And that just allowed Team 10 to come in and take advantage of it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with a lot of that. It was a lot of sloppiness, and I feel like a lot of fixing on the Team 10 side as well. Because they were playing very sloppy first game, and then Ossian's Rage played very sloppy the second game. And I think Team 10 just kind of noticed it and said, "Hey guys, they're messing up. Let's take it easy. We're gonna win this one." And that you see a lot of points up on the board for everyone there, so that's good for them. But with that, we are gonna be moving on to game 3 for Ossian's Rage versus Team 10. This could be the game that ends Team 10's losing streak, or could be the game of Ossian's Rage staying away from the 3rd seed from OTC. So there's still some high stakes going on right now here, starting off the second cycle of games, I would say. OR pushing over the ball, trying to follow that one up. Swan wants to clear that one out, but missed it, so Doopy's going to follow it. 2 players of OR put pressure on there. Last one back is Hitman Rev. Open net. Trombone needs to just center this one up. The ball went a little higher than expected. Miswan Jr. tried to read that one, but got blocked by Schooler. Hitman Rev looking to clear this one out. It's going to center up. Doopy's the last player back. He decides not to follow this one up. Hitman Rev doing a nice job trying to control this over to Schooler. Schooler went to flick that one out. Doopy doing a nice job blocking that, but Hitman Rev putting enough pressure back over. Schooler looking for the redirect. Hit the ball a little bit too high, hitting over the net. So Doopy is looking to clear this one out. Guy Ledouche now getting in the way. Trombone clearing it over to the corner. Miswan double committed, so it's going to be a little hard for Doopy to take that shot. And that ball goes in for Hitman Rev, giving them the first point for Ossian's Rage.
Yeah, there's an unfortunate little panic jump by Miswan there, leaving Doopy all alone in net. And when you're sitting in net and someone makes a nice hard shot like that that's above the halfway part in the goal, it's tricky to save. It's definitely a very uncomfortable position for the only guy in net. But still, great shot by OR.
3 minutes, 50 seconds left in game 3. Open net. Whoa, the ball's going right towards Team 10 net. Oh, what a block by Doopy. Just getting up in time, getting away. Oh, Schooler looking to boost our Swan here. That's going to be a little tough for Swan to do anything for his team. Schooler went to do a great follow on it, getting a double touch, but Doopy just getting in the way that entire time. This ball's up on the net, center from Doopy. Swan just needs to read it. Wasn't able to, and neither was Trombone. Doopy without boost, rotating back. One of the players now needs to push up on OR, and there it is. Swan doing a nice job. I guess he's hearing or listening to me. Doopy following up this, trying to keep some pressure on him, because right now there are only 3 minutes left. It's plenty of time of gameplay, but with the pressure not really following, it's going to be a little tough for Team 10 to put this ball in. It's right there. Oh, Swan wants to follow it up, and I think it tripped out Trombone. Team 10 is panicking at the net. They are hitting the ball and then trying to hit it again instead of rotating out and allowing their team to do something.
You know, I gotta hand it to Team 10 though. They are a wall right now. You know, Ossian's Rage is taking a lot of lofty shots and just like banging it against the backboard, trying to get the shots. They're at 6 shots already, halfway through the game, with Team 10 at 4 saves, and they're all Doopy. Doopy's been doing a really good job of being that back wall to prevent any goals for Ossian's Rage. But at the same time, they need to make an offensive push, and it looks like that's what they're looking to do right now.
2 minutes, 8 seconds left in this game. Ossian's Rage still holding the lead, 1-0. Doopy looking to center this one up, but Hitman Red was able to block that one. A little bit of a double commit again from Team 10. Team 10 is looking to start to get a little uncoordinated again. Ball's a little too high for a pass. Gila Douche wants to try to pinch it back to the ground. Doopy getting challenged by Schooler. Schooler's able to keep this in the corner. Schooler doing a nice job getting in the way of everyone, but no one on OR is there. But we're going to stay on the Team 10 side. Gila Douche wants to get a redirect, just missing this one. Doopy following the ball up to the wall when it was going to center up. Nicely done! The ball goes in. Doopy able to tie up the game 1-1.
That was just great placement right there. Coming down the wall, Schooler not able to actually hit the ball to get it clear. And then just a great shot by Doopy. Excellent placement to get it away from the defenders.
So the game is now tied up with 1 minute and 32 seconds left in game 3. Whoever gets the next point will take away this win in round 6. Of course, unless 2 points are scored from both teams, and then we go in overtime.
We were just assuming you were predicting.
Yeah, exactly. Doopy putting the ball in, and there's that next point. Team 10 taking the lead.
That was an early last point. They still got plenty of time to tie it up again.
Again, Schooler going for a pointless hit. He went to try to clear it, but instead putting it nicely in the center for Doopy and putting that ball in. Those two should have been on the same team together.
They're just passing to each other left and right.
Apparently. So we're now down to 1 minute, 7 seconds in the game. Team 10 holding the lead. I can tell they are probably shaking right now to make sure that they win this game to finally end that losing spree. Because
we've still got about 50 seconds left. There is still plenty of time for OR to take this lead and plenty of time for Team 10 to solidify this lead. This game is not over yet.
You are right about that. But just for anyone that is new to Sinfonian series, just so that you know, the bottom seed team of Group A and Group B will be automatically eliminated after week 10 or round 10 before we go into playoffs and finals. Only the 4 top teams of each seed will move on to the playoffs, and there's only 5 teams in each group. So there's a lot of pressure to being that last guy, and Team 10 is looking to try to get at least their first win. 13 seconds left on the board, and we are sitting on Team 10 territory. 10 seconds, counting it down. Team 10 needs to keep it cool because there's 5 seconds, plenty of time to get a goal. Doopy doing a nice job clearing it out, and Team 10 is looking like they could possibly take
no boost for
Trombone. Doopy just able to clear it out. Team 10 takes their first game home. Wow. Nicely done by Team 10.
Doopy taking it away that game. Wow. It was all saves too. There were 7 shots from Ossian's Raids and 5 saves from Doopy. Wow. Doopy was just taking it away that game. He was a fortress.
Nicely done. And I mean, Doopy just stepping it up, man. He knew what he needed to do. He realized where things were going, and he was like, oh my god, just focus on what needs to be done next, because that is what allowed Team 10 to finally take their first victory. So congratulations to Team 10 getting your first win. As Swan said, you know, he was like, we're on to a 4-game winning streak now. We're done sitting with this struggle of continuously losing. So they're looking to push farther. So I'm going to see if we can get an interview in here. So you're not going to see Fox's face anymore. And I want to get Doopy in here and see if he will respond. It might be helping if you actually have all screens. So let's see if Doopy will respond and if he will join. There he is, Doopy.
There he is.
The man, the myth, the legend. How are you feeling, bud? Congratulations on your win.
Pretty good. Finally won.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You must be feeling really nice to finally break that horrible losing streak.
Oh my god.
You know, and you know what's funny is that the first time Ossian's Rage and Team 10 was going up against each other, I believe I was banking on Team 10 to win, and you guys did lose, but now on your rematch game, you guys won. So what was the difference? What was going on from the past 4 games that just wasn't clicking that guys were able to do for this game?
I feel like we improved a lot on defense. Like, there's a lot less hesitation. I don't know if you saw that. I just felt like we clicked a lot better, like, the whole way.
Well, I know for that last game, you were a wall. I don't know how many times I said it, but you were going crazy on the defense.
Yeah.
I didn't even, like, I don't know. It felt good. I don't know. Like,
No words.
The team play was
What is it? The
crisp.
greatest man with the least words. I forgot what it was. There was like a term about sometimes the greatest moments have the least amount of words. But yeah, man, I applaud you on that. Now, so there was a lot of double committing, yet you guys still were able to pull it off in the end. Was
from
it just
us?
yeah, from you guys?
I actually said before, don't worry about double committing. I want less hesitation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So okay,
Before the game, I said that.
That actually answered my question because I was going to say what was going on in the comms about all these double committing, but to answer that, wow, okay, nailed it on the dot. So good for you, man. Now, does anyone on the team kind of take over as a captain role, or are you all kind of taking on your own role, talking?
We're all talking.
Good, very good.
Not like instructing each other like mid game or anything. It's just like, I don't know, updating each other. Like if we're not like watching everything, just
man.
basically narrating the game to each other.
You're all commentating to yourselves, kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel you. All right, so Team 10 is going up against a very ferocious team next week, which will be Need Boost.
Need boost? We're good.
So now that you got your first win, do you guys feel like you're gonna have some momentum going into next week? How do you think you're gonna go up against Need Boost?
Yeah, I feel like just getting the first win will help us so much. I don't know. A lot of weight off our shoulders.
Good, man.
I mean, they're not undefeated anymore, so you don't have that hanging over your heads.
Yeah, they're right. They're not, right?
Yeah, we entered a bunch of streaks tonight.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's right. OTC took them out.
Last time we played them, it wasn't. I mean, it was 2-1. Like we
Yeah.
have. I feel like we have the potential to beat them.
All right, I like that. I like
Absolutely.
that attitude. Keep that attitude up, man. Doopy, congratulations once again on your win, on your finally breaking that losing streak. Keep up the good work, man. GG's to both teams tonight. GG's to all teams who played tonight. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. It has been a very eventful night, and you know, it's nights like these that allow me to prepare myself for what's to come, which will be the playoffs and finals, which will just be a whole day of Saturday and Sunday of Rocket League commentary and playing, and a lot of me in the background doing all the stuff you see on screen. So that will be very interesting. Fox, before we get out of here, do you have anything you would like to say?
I do have a question for Doopy just about Team 10.
right,
I mentioned
throw it
this a
up.
few times when I was commentating. But your guys' playstyle seems to rely very heavily on your opponent's mistakes. Like the second and third game, you were just constantly taking advantage of every little mishap that happened on Ossian's Rage.
Mhm.
And we didn't really like see that much of that in the first game. Is that like a conscious thing you guys are thinking about, or are you just like taking opportunities as you see them?
I think we're just taking opportunities because we didn't like discuss going after mistakes or anything. Me and Trombone are both pretty good at ones. I don't know. I feel like that kind of stems from that. Like just being able to read dribbling and read clears.
Yeah, definitely.
Not letting them do what they want.
Yeah, definitely. Being able to disrupt like the enemy team. I always say the enemy team like it's friggin' like CS:GO or something.
Yeah, that's what I think about.
Your opponents.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a skill that needs to be practiced to be able to disrupt them, but also read when they're not doing what they want to do. To see like a weak touch or a weak dribble or something like that. It's definitely something that you need to get used to taking advantage of. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much once again. Congratulations, Doopy and the rest of Team 10 for the win. And so that is it for the night. The next game will be on Wednesday at what time is your game? 11:30. And that will be Diddle Dudes versus TEO. I'm very excited for that game because that will be the middle seed. That will be the game where TEO can take advantage of trying to grab onto Diddle Dudes and say, no, you fight for the bottom seed, not us. While Diddle Dudes are saying, no, we're going to try to stay in third and sit comfortably, just like they did last season.
We like being in the middle, okay?
Yeah, you're not expecting too much, and you're not expected to lose too much, so you're right there in the middle. So that will be the last game of this week. So make sure if you are new to hit the follow button so you know when that game will be. 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. Hit that follow button. Subscriptions and bits go a long way. They really do help us out. A lot of it goes to our prize pools, funding the things you see here. It goes to PMASGN, which is the foundation that allowed us to do this, and part of the proceeds also go to our Sinfonian Education Foundation, where we help many people advance music in America and just get their hands on anything they can do in music. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us tonight. I am Randomized. He is Fox. We are going to get off for the night. Take it easy and make sure to be here at 11:30 p.m. Eastern time on Wednesday. Have a great night.